What's up, everyone? My channel. I am DJ. aka Token Black Guy for the first time. Hit that like button, subscribe button. So I Secret Invasion. So I know it had bad ratings. The finale was horrible in my sense. It could have been better. It was a big flop. But overall, I mean, that last episode ruined the show for me in a sense. Like it brought it way down on my ranking. I think I gave like a mid C ranking, but it had the potential to be one of the best, even though it wasn't getting that much love. And I was supporting the show throughout the season, saying that it was underrated. The writing and the acting was so good into it, but that last episode, it felt rushed and sloppy, and it caused more problems in the end that I personally think for upcoming events. One being how Guy is now the most powerful being in the universe, apparently. But New Rockstars is saying what the f happened with Secret Invasion. Let's see what their opinion is of why it did so bad and poorly with the ratings and everything. Here we go.
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Eric Voss, and Marvel's Secret Invasion reached its
If I
finale
agree with this.
the lowest score from critics
Damn.
in Marvel Studios history, with Episode 6 receiving only 13%.
Wow,
on Rotten
13.
Tomatoes. Now,
Y'all see that? 13% on Rotten. Wow, 8 reviews, but still, wow.
yes, I am no fan of the way Rotten Tomatoes calculates these scores, but from a qualitative temperature check in the days since the finale, Secret Invasion just seems to have left a universally sour taste in the mouths of viewers, which
Yeah.
seems to come from a disappointment over characters like Maria Hill, Talos, and Soren killed off with really
Yeah.
no sense of resolution to those
Exactly.
in the finale. Questions left unanswered with how long exactly Rhodey has been a
Exactly. Why? And the final scene when they rescue him, all he had to say was how long has it been, or what was the last thing he remembered? That's all we asked for.
scroll, some inconsistency with the characters of Gravik and Gaia's decision making, and Gaia's new insane power set.
Exactly. This is the biggest problem I have with the ending of the show. She is now the most powerful person in the MCU right now. Like, what's the point of having other Avengers and stuff like that? I don't. It should have been where she lost her powers or had those powers temporarily, just enough to beat Gravik. That's how it should have been. Not her keep the powers in the end. So
At the end of the series, and
I'm
really
just
just
ranting.
what we're supposed to take away from the focus on Nick Fury's marriage and, in general, all these missed opportunities
Yeah.
to do a live-action Secret Invasion and a scroll storyline over 4 years of MCU history that just ends like this. Look,
Yeah.
I'm not here to do a hate video. Overall, I enjoyed watching this series, and I had a pretty good time with it. For a more
That's what I said. I enjoyed the series up until that last episode. The last episode just really put a bad taste in my mouth.
specific review, you can check out me and Maud Garrett's criticisms in our finale review on the break room, and I did a deeper analysis of each scene in my Easter egg breakdown. But here in this video, I want to look back on the whole series and analyze what went wrong with
Yes,
Secret Invasion.
what did go
the
wrong?
challenges it faced, the real reason I think we feel disappointed, and I really want to try to clear up some of the bad takes going around about how the sausage is really made. Like, for example, the strike had nothing to do with this. And yes, there is a strike from SAG-AFTRA and the WGA.
This was already
right now,
filmed
and
before
SAG
that.
has informed us that entertainment journalists like New Rockstars are allowed to cover movies and TV shows. We just want to appreciate how hard it is for writers and actors to work under these conditions and how they deserve fair pay. There were some great moments of artistry in Secret Invasion. Let's not overlook those. Specifically, the acting of Olivia Colman, Don
Oh, she was
Cheadle,
amazing.
Samuel L. Jackson, Charlene
Yes.
Woodard, and everyone else.
The
in
acting
cast.
was
And
amazing
ultimately,
in
I
this
do think
show.
some amazing bits of dialogue were written. It was just
Yes,
the context
the interaction
around
with
that
Scrody,
dialogue
as I
that
call
didn't
him,
hit with us.
and
Let's start by saying that Secret
Nick
Invasion
Fury
has
were
not
very
disappointed
good.
fans out of a sense of Marvel fatigue, in my opinion. I'm not even sold that there is a Marvel fatigue or a superhero fatigue after two of the biggest movies this summer were Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and Marvel fans, from what I can tell, still seem pretty excited about the upcoming titles. I'm also hesitant
Yeah,
to blame
for the most
writing.
part, I
Now,
guess.
I know a lot of you are like, come on, dude. And I will admit that, yeah, there were some major issues with Secret Invasion's episode structure, its internal logic, and the character arcs.
Mhm.
Like, it's probably a weird sign how the episode runtimes vary so much in length. Some people say that
Exactly.
they wish that
I
they
had a
more
problem.
episodes. I honestly think they could have
I think they all should have been at least 50 minutes to a 50-minute episodes. They should all. You started off strong, and you're only doing 6 episodes. Make them an hour long each. You know, that's all you had to
done
do.
with less. Like, in the 6 episodes of the series, you could have made one killer 2-hour film. But talking about some of the
Exactly.
specific choices in the scripts this season, yeah, it does not feel great that Maria Hill was killed off and didn't at all motivate the final conflict of the series, or that Soren was killed off screen, or that the real Nick Fury, the hero of the series, had less of a relationship with the villain than did Gaia, who's a true
Exactly.
protagonist, who spent the season waffling with her stances and suddenly took over in the final battle, and it doesn't feel great that the big twist of the series that Rhodey was a Skrull was learned by Nick Fury at some point off screen between episodes. It doesn't feel great that the best moments of dialogue of the season occurred between two known characters we thought, Fury and Rhodey, Fury and Gravik, but then we learned just really occurred between Skrulls bullshitting about their histories. But here's the deal, I wasn't in the writer's room of the series. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the people who wrote on the show would feel the same way.
Don't show me that She-Hulk video.
Often have to make sacrifices and surrender battles to a bigger studio.
Probably watch She-Hulk in the background.
So instead, I just want to focus on some more external, evidence-based reasons that the studio struggled with Secret Invasion in particular. At the very least, think about it. Secret Invasion could have been Marvel's Andor or Marvel's Peacemaker.
I thought it was going Andor route.
Liked and extremely well executed seasons of television.
I thought it was going the Andor route.
In heavily IP-driven worlds. Peacemaker was a better Secret Invasion storyline than Secret Invasion was.
I didn't watch
to this
Peacemaker.
end, I think Marvel Studios struggled to overcome 3 challenges in particular when it came to Secret Invasion. Number 1, we've talked about before, what I call the scale dilemma. In an investigation I did on the Deep Dive channel, I broke down how in 2019, when Marvel only made 2 to 3 movies a year, there was only 7 hours and 14 minutes total of MCU content to account for. In 2021, that expanded to 34
that's
hours
the big,
and 42 minutes.
We've talked about this. There's too much saturation on the market right now where people are just like, go back to the 3, maybe 4, maybe 3 movies and a TV show a year. That's all we need.
Across 4 films and 5 Disney Plus streaming series, and then in 2022, 22 hours and 42 minutes across 3 films, 3 Disney Plus series, and 2 special presentations. Now, to be clear, I don't think any of us are complaining about having too much content, but since Marvel in particular depends on all of these storylines interconnecting in the same universe, it's just harder and harder to do that when you want all of these titles to also have distinct tonal variety and unique stakes. Secret Invasion has to take place in a world where Tiamat is poking out of the ozone layer.
When are we going to talk about that?
Power set is supposed to be uniquely tied to an upcoming plot, making it pretty hard for a 4th character to suddenly get her powers. Furthermore, Marvel's approach to rely on reshoots, there were apparently extensive
there should be the Marvels, including Gaia now.
Tendency to reconfigure plot lines during post-production. Sometimes you can pull that off, like the Russo brothers did that for Infinity War and Endgame and pulled it off. But I think it's especially damaging to the espionage genre, in which audiences expect characters to be a step ahead of us and outsmart each other and keep us guessing about their plans and to be brilliant master tacticians. Secret Invasion really just played out as a battle of idiots who could fumble the least. Like Fury and Gaia's Avenger DNA plan? That was
so stupid.
Stupid. And Nick Fury's supposed to be one of the cleverest people in the MCU.
What if he kills Gaia?
The second issue that I think Marvel struggled with is Secret Invasion needs Avengers. The reason Brian Michael Bendis' comic crossover storyline is so beloved is that it seemed like every Marvel hero could tie in with it. And indeed, everyone pretty much does. But in the MCU,
off screen,
on Disney Plus, it's just really, really hard to pull that off so that it retroactively fits in perfectly with 15 years of an interconnected cinematic universe and still stay on budget. Like, at the end of the day, they couldn't afford to bring in Chris Hemsworth or Robert Downey Jr.
I know, maybe 1 or 2 though.
To show up. I think I'd pay Julia Louis-Dreyfus to do this, but I guess not. The series instead provided 2 solutions. Reveal 1 longtime Avenger is a Skrull, in this case James Rhodes, War Machine, but gave no answers on when that
exactly.
And even had the gall to ask the question but not answer it. So we're
just I had a problem with that.
How much of a beloved character storyline was made up of lies. There's no catharsis. The second solution they offered was this final Super Skrull battle.
I hated this.
Gravik, which did feature nods to over 20 MCU characters, and I'll admit it was fun to watch. But ultimately,
no, it was not.
It was 2 characters we cared less about cosplaying with literal arm sleeves of more interesting characters. It's not the powers of those characters that we love, it's the faces and the personalities of Drax and Groot and Mantis and Bruce Banner and Thanos and the rest that really matter to the fans. That plus the goofy VFX of Drax's arm being way too small for Gaia's body just kind of left us feeling hollow. But the third thing that Marvel's really struggling with is a central vision and really an identity crisis.
They don't know. I feel like they don't have no direction right now. That's my biggest concern with the whole MCU right now. Like, there really is no direction. Nothing's really leading to nothing else anymore. I don't know. I feel lost in the MCU right now, pretty much.
The Secret Invasion was missing the most, and I think what the MCU desperately needs right now is a strong central vision for all of these titles and what identity an espionage-filled Secret Invasion series would occupy in the overall MCU slate. Like, when you look at Star Wars, Tony Gilroy was able to outline his vision for Andor and its Rogue One prequel timeline with dark, grounded spycraft themes because he was able to pitch that as a contrast to the Dave Filoni side of Star Wars, because Filoni has done such an effective job defining that side of the brand. brand. The fact that Lucasfilm saw that in Gilroy's pitch document and believed in him led to Andor being a quality, if underwatched, title. And yes,
I
there was
think
just some
underrated.
amazing goddamn writing on that show, because when characters were killed off, it mattered.
It mattered,
Before
yeah.
Phase 4, Kevin Feige described it as a response to Endgame and kind of a reset. Okay, but for Phase 5, with
Nothing-
Quantumania, Guardians
nothing
Volume
has
3,
happened.
Secret Invasion, and the Marvels coming, we do not know what the central vision
Exactly.
of Marvel
Where
is
are we
and
going
what
with this?
identity each of these titles is striving to hit, other than, I suppose, what She-Hulk made fun of Marvel for: CGI-filled, unfulfilling final acts. But Marvel has
I mean, you got that part right from She-Hulk. I have to give that. I mean, they
an
weren't lying.
identity crisis right now, which means some titles are going to be great if the director has a strong central
Yeah.
vision for it and the studio didn't interfere with that, like as was the case with Guardians Volume 3, but other titles are just going to feel weird and confusing,
Yes.
as is the case with Quantumania. Secret Invasion just did not have its own strong vision for what this show was going to be about. It started as a show about political
It started off so
conspiracies and
good.
xenophobia, but really ended as a show about American overreactionism and married life. Like, imagine what
Yeah.
Secret Invasion would have looked like if it opened with President Ritson's address and then a montage
Yes.
of news anchors and world leaders getting assassinated, some Skrull, some human. What would happen next? That is what Secret Invasion should feel like.
Yes.
That should have been the tone for the entire series.
Yes.
But instead, Marvel left us once again thinking, well, maybe the next one will be better. I want to know your thoughts on Secret Invasion as a whole in the comments below. If you like what we're doing at New Rockstars, please subscribe to all 3 of our channels. You can follow me on all social platforms.
Like I said, like I Secret Invasion, I really liked the show until the very end, and Mr. Voss made some good points in this. I feel like there's no central direction anymore in MCU. They need to find that to get back on track for us. It's just everything is just going different direction, but no cohesive direction on what's next, or nothing has big implications for the next thing. So, and like you said, it's too much. It's too saturated. We went from what 3 movies in 2020 to what 9, 10 movies and TV shows and 2 series. So it's just too much, and they're not. It's harder to connect things, keep things connected when it's so much of the stuff. So, yeah, I really was champion for this series, Secret Invasion. I thought it started off so good, but as they've shown in the past, they've been dropping the ball at the end. It's like getting down. It's like running, getting a break on a run, and you get down to the 1 yard line and you trip over your own feet and don't get a touchdown. So that's what I feel is happening right now in the MCU. Need to get back on track. Hopefully we get back to the old era of MCU. Don't know what's gonna happen with the Marvels. Don't know. And we got some TV shows other than Loki that I really don't care about. Like, why am I getting an Echo show? But yeah, until next time, guys, leave your thoughts and opinions down below. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with Mr. Eric Vost? Or you have your own opinion? Let me know down below. And until next time, guys, I will see you when I see you. Peace.